Welcome everyone to ARCS ARX, the SRX series from IRP. We're getting ready for Heat 1 here already. Having to kind of adjust here a little bit on my end just because I'm used to qualifying. And there is no qualifying here tonight, it's heats. So let's get the ticker up here for everybody so they can see it. We got 2 heats here. Tonight we have 22 cars in the field. This is showing laps. Let me see if I can change this to time, because that's what's most important here. It's set at 200 laps, but we are not running 200 laps. It is just like the SRX cars in real life. It's a timed heat, so 9 minutes and 25 seconds here for heat number 1. And they're going to go green here. Now there is the timer, so 11 minutes and 55 seconds here in heat number 1. Not sure why our ticker's not working though. Well, we'll try and get this ticker working, but right now Jeremy is your leader here in heat 1. Yeah, this is just all sorts of a mess. Oh, Big Rick! Oh! Bunch of cars involved there. I think that was Joshua Garrison involved. It's hard to see exactly who everyone is, but Big Rick there coming out of turn 4. Alright, I think all my stuff is updating now, hopefully. Looks like Garrison, Markowski, Smeals, Zach McBride, and Patrick Oberstadt all involved in that wreck. And it looks like John Smeal is crab walking that thing back to pit road. No idea why the ticker is showing Connor Knowlton and Jeremy Briault both in first. Go back to this other ticker, see if that works or not. Going through growing pains here. Is I was expecting them to have 10 minutes of qualifying, and I just wasn't thinking. And Brandon Fetterplace crashes under caution. So heat 1 has been wild so far. We got 10 minutes left. We'll bring the tower back up because that seemed to at least give us some sort of I don't know what's going on, so we'll deal with it. That's what we do here. This is ARCS, so we deal with what we got. And right now my SDK live timing is not working for me, so oh, I forget that there are no cautions in these heats. So the caution did not come out. What do you know? So Jeremy Briault is in the lead. Jacob Prince is in second right now. Again, wish that the ticker would update, but for some reason it is not. So we're dealing with what we got here with this service. Probably the heats that are throwing it off, but again, I don't know. I've used this software so many times and never had any issues. So, but Jeremy Briault is your race leader right now in Heat 1. Jacob Prince is in second in that Coors machine. Matthew Kent is in third in the South Point number 31. Josh Battles is in fourth. Brandon Fetterplace in fifth. Del Markowski in sixth. And Joshua Garrison is in seventh with a torn up race car right now. Jacob Prince makes the move on the outside on Jeremy Briault. They're going to pass Joshua Garrison, who is currently in seventh place, 1 lap down, so only 6 cars on the lead lap here. We got 9 minutes left here in this first heat. Again, no cautions in the heat. Somebody else was, looks like they were wrecking there, Joshua Garrison. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Alright, well, I obviously don't know what I'm doing. Be nice to have a fellow person up here with me, but Kevin Feemster is getting drunk, and so am I, so Jacob Prince still your race leader right now. We'll figure this thing out before we get to this feature. Week 1 here at IRP in the ARX series with the SRX cars. Not sure what that noise was, but Jacob Prince still your race leader. Jeremy Briault second. Matthew Kent in third. Josh Battles fourth. Brandon Fetterplace rounds out the top 5 here as we have 5 minutes left here in this first heat. We'll have a second heat right after this heat. Change that to gap there, but again, because the ticker's broken, there's like double names in some places. So Del Markowski is in 6th place. Only 6 cars on the lead lap right now here at IRP. Connor Knowlton in the lead. He's about to put Joshua Garrison a 4th lap down. And the 37 of Kyle St. Jean is out of this heat race. So, man, not even started the race here. Joshua Garrison currently running in 10th place. Patrick Oberstadt also being shown 1 lap down right now. Joshua Battles and Matthew Kent battling for position right now with 3 minutes and 35 seconds left here in this first heat. Brandon Fetterplace in 5th, closing in on these two. Again, no laps in these heat races. It's all timed. So you will not see anything about laps remaining. It's all about time as Brandon Fetterplace goes to the inside of Joshua Battles here coming off turn 2. He's going to make that pass. Now setting his sights for the 31 of Matthew Kent. The field will be inverted after the heat races. There's also a consolation race, and we'll get details on exactly how many people make it. I mean, everybody will make the race, but there is an invert, so pretty much these heats don't really mean a whole lot of anything. Thank you, Connor Knowlton, for the follow. Appreciate that. That puts us at 301 followers now on Twitch, so we're making some progress. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left here in Heat 1. Joshua Battles and Matthew Kent battling. Brandon Fetterplace has went by both of them and has pretty much checked out at this point. Quiet said, "What is going on? Damn." We're racing there, bud. Glad to see you're alive and well. Didn't know if you were good. You deleted your Facebook, so glad you're still around and kicking there, buddy. Yeah, I wish the tower was working, but it's not. So it's partially working, but there are some double names in some places, so don't know if that's just a glitch because we're running heats or what's going on. But now Matthew Kent is under pressure from Dale Markowski. 56 seconds to go. Jacob Prince, more than likely, is going to be coming to the white flag here. He's got almost a 3-second lead over Jeremy Briault right now, so unless he has some serious issues, I think Jacob Prince is going to take this heat to the bank. Brandon Fetterplace, who is going to be on our podcast later tonight, is up there in 3rd place. There's the white flag flying. Of course, it doesn't tell us that on SDK because it does not know how to do heat racing, apparently. So good to know that we'll be kind of flying blind here in the heat races, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. And hopefully it'll all straighten itself out. There, it finally tells me that it's the white flag as he comes to the checkered. So Jacob Prince is your Heat 1 winner. Jeremy Briault will come home in 2nd as he's missing his front bumper. And Brandon Fetterplace will come home in 3rd. So Heat 1 is in the books. We got Heat 2 coming up here in just a moment. Maybe the ticker will fix itself. Maybe it won't. We'll see. Heat number 2, Steven Oberstadt's going to start on pole. Joshua Gaiman will be starting in 2nd. As they roll off of pit road here.
Knock, knock.
What's up?
Figured I'd join you up here while we wait for Heat 2.
Yeah, I am having some technical difficulties. The ticker was not working, and now my camera won't switch to watch the cars. So we're just having a great night up here in the booth.
Won't let you go to any of the cars?
Nope. It is stuck in blimp static mode, so we're just kind of watching from overhead here as we try and get that straightened out. The first heat was pretty good, but we had like double names on the ticker, so or the tower, so that was always fun, but maybe it'll fix itself. I don't know. We'll see.
Sorting out the kinks with the...
Gotta sort out the kinks, and apparently there's a bunch of them. Apparently, it doesn't like the heat system. SDK does not like the heat system, so.
Oh.
Well, we're going green, but can't change the camera, so enjoy the view from the fucking blimp up above, but Stephen Oberstadt is your race leader right now with about 11 and a half minutes here in Heat 2.
Oh, pull up my stream. It should be showing the...
Yeah, I didn't get that figured out in time, so we're living on a prayer here.
Hopes and dreams.
Hopes and dreams. I don't know what is going on, but at least the tower's fixed. I mean, damn, we're make progress in one area, and now we're going backwards in another area. So.
Oh, we got a spinner.
Oh, yep.
Just like a single loop. We got gaming out front. What's that?
Was that Connor Knowlton
Tubbs?
that wrecked? Oh, we got some
we got
more.
another wreck.
Oh, big wreck there.
There's
All right,
like at least two in there.
I'm gonna bring this up here, and y'all are gonna see it. I don't care. I'm trying to fix this, and it will not. It will not fix. Okay, maybe we made some progress here.
Right,
There we go. We're good now.
We got it figured out. Sweetness.
Yep. Took me a second, but I got it.
Looks like we got a still pretty tight battle here for the top four. Gaming and is that Tufts?
Yeah, Tufts in second. Stephen Oberstadt third. Brandon Proudfoot fourth, and Toby Estes in fifth right now, with 9 minutes and 54 seconds to go here in heat number 2.
Good old Elridge George there, right on the heels of Estes.
Hey, he's in sixth. He's doing good. Jonathan Adams on pit road. Johnson. Oh,
Gaming gets loose.
Very, very loose there coming out of.
Yeah.
If
Oberstadt
got him.
Turned. He gets turned by Oberstadt.
Oberstadt got him. Now, Caden Tufts is your race leader here in heat number 2. Brandon Proudfoot in second, and Toby Estes in third. Elric George back there running fourth, just staying out of trouble.
Knowlton's worked his way up to sixth now.
Oh, yeah.
After starting shotgun on the field.
5.5 seconds back from the leader, but he is in sixth place right now. Caden Tufts is losing time to that number 22, Brandon Proudfoot.
On the backstretch.
Man, these people are spinning and crashing all over the place.
These things are tough. If you're a little eager on the throttle coming out of the corner, they just get so light on their feet. So we got someone coming out of the pits here.
I think that was the 27 of Brian Johnson.
Not to be confused with
with the other 27. Yeah. Brendan Proudfoot is closing. He's about 6/10 back from Caden Tufts right now. Connor Knowlton now in 5th place. Mark Delia must have had an issue. Oh, yeah, he was the one that actually spun. Now he's back in 8th place, 13 seconds off the race leader.
So for anyone that tunes in, we do run this series a little bit different with the time limit rather than the lap count for the heats and the consi. They do both pay out points. So we'll pay out 12 points down to 1 point for the heats and the consi. The heats will be fully inverted to set the lineup for the consi, and then you start in the feature where you finish in the consi.
So everyone is in the consolation race, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, everyone, basically, your heat 1 will be in consolation 1 with a full invert. Your heat 2 will be in consolation 2 with a full invert, and then we put everybody all together for the feature.
Nice.
For
yeah,
lots of chaos for 100 laps.
Yeah, I was still learning. I'm learning as I go here, obviously, with our technical difficulties, but I think we got everything figured out now. But
yeah, we got a nice battle heating up here for the lead. Brandon's applying the pressure.
yeah, I kind of figured he was gonna be up there battling for it, and with still 6 minutes left. It's crazy how 12 minutes doesn't seem like that long until you race an entire heat race with no cautions.
Yeah,
it's a pretty long race here. With
we turned what, about 40 laps in the first heat, I want to say.
Yeah, I mean they're already on coming to lap 15 here in this heat, and still have 6 minutes left. So yeah, we're gonna be close to about 30 laps here in heat 2 if the timing works out.
Connor Knowlton has closed the gap on Elrich George there.
Yeah, he's actually made the pass. He's in 4th now. But Toby is back there in 3rd, just kind of waiting for these 2 leaders to make a mistake. Caden and Brandon Proudfoot all over each other here with 5.5 minutes to go in heat number 2.
Actually, it's looking like Connor's the fastest car on track right now.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me
gaining
at all.
couple tenths each lap on the front two.
Joshua Gaiman is back to 6th after he got wrecked by the 3 of Steven Overstat. Oh, Proudfoot's he had a chance to take Caden out right there, but didn't quite do it. Yeah, it looks like Toby's fallen off a little bit. Maybe used his tires up.
Things if you drive them hard, you'll definitely eat up that right front, and then it's tight. Mm-hmm. These things build however you drive them. So if you're driving it hard on the right front, it's going to build tight. If you're driving it, hanging out that right rear, it's going to build loose. So here we go.
It's going low.
Down the inside for the lead.
Caden's going to have the run off of 2 into 3, still your race leader. Connor Knowlton
off the high side.
Connor Knowlton has now closed the gap to 3.7 seconds. It was about 6 seconds, so he has pretty much closed that gap in half.
He'll definitely get Toby. I don't know that he's going to get these front 2.
Yeah, unless these front 2 wreck each other, which is very possible.
I was going to say, with how these 2 are running.
That may be why Toby's just kind of backed off at this point. Just let these 2 use their stuff up, race each other, and hell, if they wreck each other, you're far enough back that you can miss that wreck and maybe win this heat race.
You win the heat race, you get the 12 points, but downside, you start tail on the in the consi. So it's all about if you can win one and make your way through the field. Ooh! Ooh!
Big contact there between the 22 and the 00. But Brandon Proudfoot finally makes the pass. He is now your race leader. And Connor Knowlton has gotten the gap down to about 2.7 seconds on the race leader, but I think he might not be able to close as much, at least to the leader, because we all know Brandon Proudfoot's pretty quick out here, so we'll see what happens. But Caden Tufts, I think he used up all he had in that 00 to try and stay in front of Brandon Proudfoot.
I think Proudfoot might have used up all that he had, all that Caden had.
Yeah, true. Coming up on Mark Delia right now in the 80 car. He's about to go one lap down. Hopefully he doesn't get too much in the way there.
Approaching 2.5 here left.
Yep. And I also found out in Heat 1 that STK does not give me a white flag marker when you do it by time. So I was just kind of... I mean,
just along for the ride.
Yeah, this whole night I've just been kind of along for the ride. Connor Knowlton actually just pitted.
Huh. Interesting.
That's yeah, that might have to be looked at.
might be thinking some strategy.
Yeah.
Although he started at the back of this one, so I don't know why I'd want to start at the back of the... Oh no, I guess that would make sense. As of right now, he would be 4th.
Yep. So I mean, you lose points to try and start up front, so
and do you finish mid-pack in both, or finish out front in one and back in the other?
Yeah.
It's the give and take of that top 12-point system.
Well, we'll have to see how it works for Connor Knowlton later in the night, but right now, Brandon Proudfoot now has a second lead over Caden Tufts. Toby Estes still running 3rd. Joshua Gaiman now in 4th. He got around Elric George, who is running in 5th. And then Steven Oberstadt, the last car on the lead lap, in 6th place. Everyone else is either one lap down or multiple laps down or out of the race, as we have about 58 seconds remaining here in Heat 2.
So the way it seemed like, once the timer hits 0, that starts the white flag, and it adds about 45 seconds for the field to complete from there. So
yeah, I learned that from Heat 1 as it hit Z, because I'm used to a minute left is usually when it throws the white flag. Not the case here with at least the timing that I have. So yeah, I agree. It's like it hits 0, then it throws the white flag, and then everyone gets to finish the race. So hey, week 1 here, we're learning. We'll get it dialed in for week 2 and for the rest of the night.
Well, looks like we got about 10 seconds left here.
Yep.
So we're likely gonna have
white flag
more to go.
Yep, white flag. White flag is flying. I saw that's my only saving grace, is I see Barney up there flying that white flag. keeps me honest. But yeah, Brandon Proudfoot definitely gonna take the win here in Heat 2. Caden Tufts is in 2nd. Toby's 3rd. As they come to the checkered flag here in Heat 2. Looks like Gaiman will come home 4th and Elric George in 5th. So we'll get ready for consolation number 1 here.
We shall see if I gotta go hop back in the car momentarily. Yep, it looks like I do.
All right.
I'll be starting 3rd in this next one, so we'll put on a show.
Yep, good luck to you, and we'll see you later.
Yeah.
All right. So we have consolation number 1. So your winner, Jacob Prince, is starting 11th. Jeremy is starting 10th, and Kyle St. Jean was going to start 1st, but he is not gridded up. So let's see if we can't swap over to one of these cars, and then there we go. See, we're figuring this out. We're quick learners over here. So Mr. John Smeal, the one that we were just talking to, will be on pole. Joshua Garrison will be second. Patrick Oberstadt third. Dale Markowski in fourth. I'm sorry, Dale Markowski actually third. Patrick Oberstadt in fourth. Brandon Fetter plays fifth. Matthew Kent sixth. As we get ready to go green flag racing here for consolation number 1. We'll have a second consolation race after this one. This is your inside line starting grid for the feature. So the feature will have 20 cars, about 20, 22. I think we got 22 in the session right now. So this will be your inside line for the 100 lap feature after this, not this consolation, but the second consolation. Then we will have our feature here tonight. So podcast is going to be a little bit late, but that's okay. We got racing to do here tonight. As the green flag will fly here, John Smeal will lead them to the green flag. Well, it should restart here as they go green. There we go. 11 minutes and 54 seconds to go here in consolation number 1. Smeal makes a block on Joshua Garrison there. Patrick Oberstadt clears Dale Markowski for third. Oh, that's a big wreck. Fetter Place, Jacob Prince, Dale Markowski, all involved. Cautions will not fly. There you see Dale Markowski already going down pit road. Ooh, big wreck. Big wreck there. It's showing Dale Markowski in the lead, but I can promise you Dale Markowski is not in the lead, so the tower is got some catching up to do. Looks like John Smeal is the race leader right now with 10 minutes and 40 seconds to go. There, finally fixed itself a little bit there. So Smeal in first, Garrison in second, Patrick Oberstadt in third, Jeremy in fourth, Joshua Battles fifth, Matthew Kent in sixth, Jacob Prince in seventh, and then Fetter Place is 1 lap down. Dale Markowski is 2 laps down, and Zach McBride and Kyle St. Jean did not start this race. So Patrick Oberstadt trying to make a move on Joshua Garrison on the inside. Doesn't quite make it stick. See if he can pull it off here in 1 and 2. He's going to wrap the bottom, and he will make that pass. So Patrick Oberstadt now to second place. Jeremy is on a mission in that number 74 Hoosier machine. Nine minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in consolation number 1. Nine minutes remaining here in consolation number 1. John Smeal has a second lead over Patrick Oberstadt. Joshua Garrison about 2 seconds back. Jeremy Briault in fourth. Joshua Battles fifth. Matthew Kent in sixth. And Jacob Prince in seventh. So no real change here in the top 7. There's your race leader, John Smeal, losing some time now to Patrick Oberstadt. Only 0.5 of a second ahead of that number 41 machine. And once we get to the feature, we'll pull some people in for live interviews during the race. Even if it's green, we're going to pull them anyway. So that'll be a lot of fun. Get to talk to some people during green flag runs, maybe during some crashes. We'll see what happens. But thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. I know we've had some technical difficulties tonight. We're going to try and get those sorted out. This is the first time. Obviously, we tried it last week, and that was the 87s, different format. So we're learning as we go here, as John Smeal is doing his best to hold off Patrick Oberstadt in that number 41 machine. Jeremy also has now made his way to third. He is 1.7 seconds off the lead now, with 7.5 minutes remaining here in consolation number 1. This will set the inside line. So this is pretty much for the pole for the feature here at IRP. John Smeal on the outside gets a good run off of 2. Going into turn 3 and 4. Patrick Oberstadt trying to run the bottom. Just really no run off. Coming out of 4 into turn 1. Dale Markowski 5 laps down right now. Fetter Place 1 lap down. He's in 8th place. John Smeal doing a good job right now of holding off Patrick Oberstadt, but Jeremy Briault is closing, and he's closing quick. He's only a second back from these two now, so Patrick Oberstadt's going to get a little impatient here as he sees that 74 car just get bigger and bigger in his rearview mirror. Right around 6 minutes remaining here in consolation number 1. This is race number 1 of ARX, the ARCS Racing Experience here at IRP. Side by side, and there's contact. That's Patrick Oberstadt and John Smeal. They make contact there. Both gathered it back up pretty well, so. But Smeal now with a 0.3 of a second lead. Jeremy has pretty much closed the gap. Joshua Battles passes Joshua Garrison, the two Joshes, for 4th place. So Joshua Battles now in 4th. Matthew Kent making some ground up on Joshua Garrison as well. 5.5 minutes remaining here in this first consolation. Five minutes left. John Smeal still your race leader. Patrick Oberstadt and Jeremy both now on his back bumper. And again, this is huge implications. This is for the pole for the feature. So whoever wins this race will start on pole for our 100-lap feature tonight here at IRP. Jeremy obviously very fast, but he's got to be careful, got to be smart with the moves that he makes here, as Patrick Oberstadt still just cannot make the pass. It looks like this car is definitely outside line. Oh, Smeal gets in the wall a little bit. I mean, as we all know, this track is very top line dependent in pretty much every car you run here in. So the only way you really can make it work is if you throw it in deep on the inside, pull almost a dirt slider, as they say. And I think Jeremy's thinking about it. He's to the inside of Patrick Oberstadt now. It's right on board with Jeremy here, with 3.5 minutes left here in this first consolation race. He's right there. He just can't quite make the move. And as we ride along with John Smeal, Patrick Oberstadt right behind him. And Jeremy, as you see, he's got a little bit of damage on that right front. Jeremy's going to go low here, try and get around Oberstadt, but just can't make that pass. That top side is so important here at IRP, and you can see it as obviously the 41 and 74 just a touch faster than that 13 of John Smeal, but just cannot make the pass with 2.5 minutes here left in consolation number 1. Riding along board with Patrick Oberstadt in the number 41. He is on the brakes constantly, trying to not wreck John Smeal in that 13. And he's trying to get around him. Just can't quite do it. He's going to throw it in on the low side. That's going to give Jeremy an opportunity to run up on the high side. Oh, Patrick Oberstadt. He saved it. But he's going to not have a shot here at winning this race. He's also going to get passed by Joshua Battles. So John Smeal and Jeremy Briault now battling for your race lead here. Jeremy Briault to the inside of John Smeal with 51 seconds remaining here. As we look on board the drone cam here with 36 seconds. Jeremy's to the inside. Can't quite make the pass, but maybe setting himself up here. We may be coming to 1 to go here. We'll try and take a look at the flag stand here. We'll have 10 seconds remaining. I think this is going to be 1 to go here. Patrick Oberstadt has stayed in 3rd place right now. Oh, side by side coming to the line. The white flag is out. So 1 to go here at IRP. This is for the pole here in consolation number 1. John Smeal still on the outside, side by side going into turn 3 here. Jeremy's got a good run on the inside, but is it enough to get him back to the start-finish line? They're going to beat and bang, and it's John Smeal by 1/100th of a second as he turns Jeremy there right after the line. So John Smeal will win consolation number 1 as madness ensues after the checkered flag. And now we will go to consolation number 2. We're going to take a quick break here as we step aside. We'll bring you the consolation number 2 action here in just a moment. All right, we are back here with consolation number 2. And Mr. Jonathan Adams will be your pole sitter here for consolation number 2. Brian Johnson will be starting 2nd. Connor Knowlton in 3rd. Mark Delia in 4th. Stephen Oberstadt in 5th. Elric George 6th. Joshua Gaiman 7th. Toby Estes 8th. Caden Tufts 9th. And Brandon Proudfoot will be starting in last place here in 10th here for consolation number 2. Green flag's going to fly here. You'll see that clock reset back to 12 minutes. There it goes, back to 12 minutes, and consolation number 2 is underway here. We'll focus on what's going on the racetrack here. Jonathan Adams currently your race leader here in consolation number 2. We know Brandon Proudfoot is fast. He won that 2nd heat race. Connor Knowlton right now in 2nd, kind of playing the strategy of losing points in the heat race. Oh, the 80 of Mark Delia saves it. Made some contact with the 00 of Caden Tufts. Oh, and there's one around. That was the 27 of Brian Johnson there. He's now being scored in 10th place. Brandon Proudfoot now all the way up to 7th. He started in 10th. Ryan Pittman in the 08 did not start this race, so he will finish 11th tonight at IRP in this 2nd consolation race as Toby Estes moves to the inside of Caden Tufts, and he makes that move, and he's going to clear him coming out of 2. Caden Tufts is actually missing his front bumper in that 00 machine, so that's got to affect him and the handling of that race car. Jonathan Adams still is your race leader. But Connor Knowlton is knocking at his door. This 2nd consolation will set the outside line for the feature, so the winner of this race will start in 2nd place for the feature. 100-lap feature tonight. There you see Caden Tufts comes down pit road. Gonna try and get that car fixed. .40 car of Elric George currently running in 4th as the 00 comes off of pit road there, back on the racing surface. Brandon Proudfoot, ooh, gets loose there. Tried to make a pass on Toby on the inside, but couldn't quite make it stick. Toby trying to get around the 40 of Elric George. And it's going to be 3 wide. Toby's going to lose out on a spot there to the 22 of Brandon Proudfoot. Caden Tufts is a lap down, trying to battle with these lead lap cars. Brandon Proudfoot sideways He's going to make the pass on the 40 of Elric George, so he moves to the 4th place. Toby trying to clear the 40 of Elric George, and he will clear the 40 car and move into 5th. Now Elric George in 6th, Stephen Oberstadt 7th, Mark Dilla 8th, and Brian Johnson in 9th. Caden Tufts is 10th, 1 lap down. Jonathan Adams, your current race leader here, with 7.5, about a little less than 7.5 minutes remaining here. Connor Knowlton in 2nd, Joshua Gaiman in 3rd. It's looking a lot like what we saw in Constellation number 1, a 2-car breakaway, but with that 3rd car closing. And if these front 2 start battling for the lead, Joshua Gaiman is going to be in position to close. And Brandon Proudfoot has been fast all night. Obviously, the winner of Heat 2. He's going to be able to close on these drivers as well. So we'll see what happens here. 6.5 minutes remaining here in Constellation number 2. Then we go into the feature, a 100-lap feature tonight here at IRP. There's going to be about 22 cars on track, so hopefully everybody's gotten their wrecking out of the way in these heats and constellations. Hopefully we get some green flag racing later in the night here at the feature. Connor Knowlton is damn near sideways, trying to make up some time on Jonathan Adams. Jonathan Adams very, very calm, very steady, just out front where he needs to be right now with 5.5 minutes here left. Oh, and Connor Knowlton goes around right in front of Joshua Gaiman. And he is still sitting in turn. Oh, there's Boss hits him, and I believe Stephen Oberstadt also got a piece there. Connor Knowlton just spun it there, pushing it too hard. Looks like Toby Estes also on pit road. So now Jonathan Adams with a 2.7 second lead over Joshua Gaiman, who's got some damage. Brandon Proudfoot does not have damage, but I think this one's Jonathan Adams to lose, as he has no damage on that number 8 machine. And Joshua Gaiman, you can see he is fighting with that thing with the damage he received from hitting that number 24 machine. Four and a half minutes remaining here in Constellation number 2. We're gonna crack open another ice cold beer. Wish we were sponsored by someone, but we're not, so can't say anything. But 4 minutes remaining. Jonathan Adams 2.5 seconds ahead of Joshua Gaiman. I think if Brandon Proudfoot can get around Gaiman. Oh, Gaiman's hard into the outside wall. That thing just stepped out on him as he hit the brakes coming into turn 3, and it just started dancing on him. So Brandon Proudfoot now in second. That number 61 machine is in rough shape with that damage. Looks like he's actually coming down pit road, so sure he probably got a meatball flag there from hitting that wall as hard as he did. So that'll put the number 3 of Stephen Oberstadt will pass Joshua Gaiman for 3rd place here. That puts the 27 of Brian Johnson in 4th, Mark Dilla in 5th. So only 5 cars right now on the lead lap. Jonathan Adams is your race leader by about 2.3 seconds. With 3 minutes left, that's a lot of time to make up. We know Brandon Proudfoot can do it, but does he have enough time? I don't think so. Reminder, right after this, we have our ARCS Behind the Driver podcast with Mr. Brandon Fetterplace, who is in this race. So hopefully he has a good night, so he'll be in a good mood when we have our podcast. But right now, Jonathan Adams leads this consolation number 2, second consolation of the night, as you see Elric George on pit road now. Toby Estes still on pit road, so obviously some critical damage on that number 19 machine. But Jonathan Adams ahead by 2 seconds as Joshua Gaiman comes back down pit road. So only 5 cars on the lead lap and really only 2 cars even close to each other. Brandon Proudfoot is definitely closing the gap. He's got it down to about 1.7 seconds, but only a minute and 50 seconds remaining here in this second consolation. So I think Jonathan Adams should have this one wrapped up. But I've said some things about Jonathan Adams before, and it has bit me and him in the ass. So we'll hope and pray that he can get this thing back going as Joshua Gaiman comes off pit road for what seems like the 3rd or 4th time. Caden Tufts and Connor Knowlton both 1 lap down. Mark Dilla 5th, 19 seconds back from Jonathan Adams. Steven Oberstatten 4th, 16 seconds back. Brian Johnson 3rd, 15 seconds back. So really the only battle out here is between Jonathan Adams and Brandon Proudfoot. About a second between them now. So Brandon Proudfoot definitely closing the gap, but probably just not enough here. And he also has Joshua Gaiman in between him and the race leader. So we'll have to stay tuned and see. Hopefully Joshua Gaiman doesn't cause any issues between the first and second place car. But right now he's got a fresh race car and probably some fresh tires. So Jonathan Adams still your race leader. Joshua Gaiman is being shown as 4 laps down right now in that number 61 machine, with 28 seconds remaining here in consolation number 2. White flag's in the air. There you see Barney the Flagman flying that white flag banner. So Joshua Gaiman's going to make the pass on Jonathan Adams, but that is not for the win. That is just to get Joshua Gaiman back to 3 laps down. And as they come out of turn 4, Jonathan Adams will win consolation number 2. He will start second in the feature. Brandon Proudfoot finishes second. And there's calamity after the race. Just like in consolation number 1. So Brian Johnson comes home in 3rd there in consolation number 2. Steven Oberstatten 4th. Mark Dilla in 5th. Caden Tufts 6th. Connor Knowlton 7th. And now we have a 5-minute warm-up. So we will step aside here. We'll let y'all watch some of these cars out here, just kind of doing some warm up, and we'll be back here momentarily for the start of the feature, 100 lap feature here at IRP. Stay tuned. We'll be back here in just a moment. All right, getting ready to go live. Or not live, we're already live, but getting ready to go back racing here. As everyone comes to the start here. We're going to see if the ticker works here. How about that? It does. And we're going to change this to now show laps. Because now we have laps. We don't have times. It's 100 laps here tonight for your feature. John Smeal will start on pole. Jonathan Adams will start outside pole. We'll see exactly how many people we have on the racetrack. It's looking like we have 17 on track. Looks like Joshua Garrison, Kyle St. Jean, Toby Estes, Zach McBride, and Ryan Pittman all did not start the feature. So 17 cars out here tonight at IRP. Just double check to make sure that all of the... Yep, everything looks good on my end. So I know that says lap 2 of 100, but I promise you it's not lap 2 of 100. It's going to reset here as the pace truck dives off. Coming out of turn 4, John Smeal will lead them to the green flag here. 100 laps tonight. And we better change this to focus on crashes because it's going to be wild. Green flag flies here at IRP. The ARX, or Alliance Racing Championship Series experience here at IRP tonight. Lap 1 of 100. 17. Oh, Big Rick. Jeremy's involved. That is also Brandon Proudfoot in the 22 machine. Go back here and see what happened. That is not the previous crash. That is... Pff. We'll get this shit figured out, I swear. I swear we will. There it is. Alright, let's go back to the 74. Do a little bit of rear chase here, and you see... Oh, some netcode there. Real bad netcode between the 74 and the 22. Go back and take a look. Oh yeah, just couldn't really see it there in that view, and that's why I'm sure Jeremy's probably upset. But if you look at it from a little bit different angle, you see right here they don't actually make contact, but the sim makes it look like they make contact. So that's very unfortunate there. But first caution of the night already here. Jeremy Briault involved in that caution. John Smeal is your race leader. And hopefully we can go green flag long enough to get some green flag interviews here. But if not, we'll pull them under caution. But right now we're going to let the drivers think about what they have done. As the pace truck lights have gone out. as we go green here once again at IRP. John Smill will lead them to the green flag here. The ARCS Racing race experience here at IRP. Lap 5 of 100. Green flag flies once again. Kind of just looking throughout the whole field here. Brandon Proudfoot. Look at all these cars. This is so cool here at this short track. Hopefully we get... Oh, big caution. That's Jonathan Adams and John Smeal. What the hell happened there? Let's take a look here. Oh, Smeal. Oh! Oh, he did a barrel roll. Did a barrel roll and lost his wing there. Let's take a ride along with the number 8 car of Jonathan Adams. Let's do a little bit of on-board action here. Oh! Gets loose. Maybe a little bit loose. I don't know. That's tough. That's a tough call there. Yeah, I think that might have been a little bit of netcode again, too. I hate to say that, but it just really kind of looked like it. So, right on board with John Smeal. Here we go, moment of impact. And here he goes into the wall, upside down. Flips it, lands it, and there goes the springs and everything involved. Rear wing gone, right front tire into the track there. Man, tough break. Tough break for John Smeal. And I gotta go live. There we go. So John Smeal looks like he's gonna have to let the pace car by. As the field comes out of turn 4. John Smeal is 16th, 1 lap down. Jonathan Adams is sitting on pit road in 17th. 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd did not start this feature. So Patrick Oberstadt is now your race leader as the pace truck has pulled down pit road. We're going to go green flag racing here once again at IRP. This time, Patrick Oberstadt leads them to the green flag. Brian Johnson in second. He's going to lock them up a little bit. Steven Oberstadt up there in 5th right now. We'll go ahead and focus on crashes on our camera there because we know it's coming, and there it is. That's the whole field. The entire field has just wrecked here at IRP. This is getting out of hand. Wow. That's rough. That's rough right there. A lot of cars tore up there. Yeah, lot of cars. Let's see how that started here. Oh, it actually looked like 2 cars. Looked like the 27. Let's try and get a little bit better view here. Yeah, the 27 and the 71 both get loose. It looks like no contact was made. just both snap loose at the same time in front of the entire field. Let's take a look at it here from the drone cam. 27, 71, both loose. 3's in it, 99's in it. I mean, the whole field, really, honestly. Let's take a ride on board here with Jeremy Briault. Let's go inside of his car here as we see this mess unfold here. It'll be coming out of turn 4 here. Right here, both of these cars get loose, smoke everywhere, and nowhere to go for Jeremy Briault. So, unfortunate there. Patrick Oberstadt still is your race leader, and we have not had a chance to talk to anyone during green flag runs because, well, shit, we hadn't had any. And this podcast that was supposed to start at 9:30, it's probably not going to start till about 10:30 or 11. So, good thing I have a lot of beer that I can drink because it might be a long night tonight here at IRP. Caden Tufts, thank you for the follow there, buddy. We're at 302 followers now over here on Twitch. YouTube, I think we're sitting at about 110 subscribers. So if y'all have not, please make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers over there on YouTube. Then we can actually start making a little bit of money on YouTube by doing this broadcast deal. So Jacob Prince is 1 lap down. Jonathan Adams 2 laps down. But other than that, everyone's still on the lead lap. So lights on the pace truck are off. We're going to go back green flag racing. Patrick Oberstadt, he's your race leader. He's going to take you to green flag here. Matthew Kent is in second. Patrick's brother, Steven Oberstadt, currently in third, right behind his kinfolk. So that'll be fun to watch here as we come to the green flag once again. Green flag flies lap 18 of 100, so not even close to halfway here. So hopefully we can keep this thing green flag here for a little bit. If we can go about 10 laps green flag, we'll try and pull somebody into the booth, but unfortunately, we have not been able to do that so far. Hoping for the best. Oh, Steven Oberstadt in the wall there, coming off of turn 2. It's Brandon Fetterplace in that number 34 machine. FedEx Denny Hamlin looking car. And if you hear deep bass, that's because my neighbors just got home and they're jamming out as Steven Oberstadt's around and the caution flies for, I don't know what it is. Maybe the I don't know. Don't know how many cautions it is, but it's a bunch so far. We kind of saw that when Steven Oberstadt just got loose. And then behind him, they just kind of finished him off. Steven Oberstadt now on pit road. So 14 cars currently on the lead lap. Lap 22 of 100. This might be a long night here. We'll take a short break here as we're under caution, and we'll be back here momentarily for the green flag. All right, we are back here, lap 24 of 100. Probably 20 of them have been under caution. Got 16 cars on the lead lap. Jacob Prince got his lucky dog, so he's now back on the lead lap. So really only one car laps down. That's Jonathan Adams. He's being scored as 2 laps down. The rest past Jonathan Adams are out of this race. They did not start the feature tonight. But Patrick Oberstadt is your race leader. Matthew Kent second. Brendan Fetterplace up to 4th. Connor Knowlton in 5th. Caden Tufts in 6th. Dale Markowski 7th. Josh Battles 8th. Jeremy Briault 9th. And Joshua Gaiman rounds out the top 10. The lights on the pace truck are off once again. We'll see if we can get some green flag laps here at IRP. I'm going to say probably not, but we'll see what happens here. Again, thank you all for tuning in. This is the ARCS Race Experience here from IRP, race number 1 of this 10-race season. The next 2 weeks, I will not be able to broadcast. I will be on vacation, so we're going to try and find some fill-ins maybe to take my spot, but green flag flies here, lap 26 of 100. See if we can get some green flag running here at IRP. It's a tough track and a tough car as well, so and we didn't make it. The 27's upside down. 40 cars involved. Looks like I'm not sure who else there was involved. Take a look here. We'll go back to the previous crash. And there it is, right there. Oh, let's take a look here and see. Right on board here with the 40 car of Elric George. Oh, looks like he just got turned. Go back here and take a look. See what happened here. $27 on his outside. Oh, is it the 13? Yep, 13 makes contact with the 27, and then it's the 8 of Jonathan Adams. of course, is involved. Poor guy. So, we're running out of race cars here, fellas. We are running out of race cars. Still have 15 on the lead lap. Brian Johnson and Jonathan Adams both on pit road, so more than likely their nights are done. ARX George looks like he's got to slow down and let the field by, so he will be a lap down. We aren't even halfway here, fellas. This podcast tonight might start until maybe 2 a.m. before we start this podcast. Not gonna lie to you. But we'll keep on keeping on. If we have another caution, we may take a little short break, and I may go in there and yell at some people. We'll see what happens, though. I don't like yelling at people, but damn if they don't need it right now. We've turned 30 laps here. I can almost bet probably 27 of them have been under caution. Pretty wild, honestly. So maybe we can get this thing figured out. Maybe we can't. But we'll do our best. Yep, it is only lap 30. It's been a rough night, to say the least. Hopefully we can straighten this shit out here as we go back green flag racing here once again. Lap 32 of 100 here from IRP. Again, got the camera to focus on crashes because we know it's coming. Oh, the 3 of Steven Oberstadt into the wall just a little bit there. Patrick Oberstadt still is your race leader. Brandon Proudfoot in second. ARX George is 15th, 1 lap down. Steven Oberstadt is 14th on the lead lap. So 14 cars on the lead lap right now. And Oberstadt wrecks it, and the caution comes out once again. So, lap 34 of 100. I don't remember how to get it to count the cautions. It just says caution. So if anyone knows how to do that, let me know. But yeah, it's a bunch of cautions. I mean, at this point, who knows what we're doing. ARX George should get the lucky dog. That'll put 15 on the lead lap. All 15, I'm sure, are probably going to wreck in the next couple laps. I mean, this is just kind of a joke at this point. So we'll give one more shot before we go down there and say something to all these drivers. This is pretty ridiculous, but we'll see. Appreciate y'all watching, though. I mean, we got pretty good viewers right now. Thanks for the viewage. Thanks for the viewage, as Quiet would say. It has not been a fun race to watch. It has not been a fun race to broadcast, especially being up here by myself. Kevin Feemster got drunk and won a Yeti cooler at, I guess, like the Indiana State Fair or something. I don't know. I don't know what they do up there in Indiana, but regardless, here we are. So 10 p.m. Eastern time. Supposed to be starting a podcast with Brandon Fetterplace. Maybe we should just do the podcast with Brandon Fetterplace as this race is going, because honestly, that would probably be more entertaining than the race that has happened so far. So could just be personal opinion, as they say, but regardless, here we are. Eric George gets his lap back. He is now being scored as 13th. Steven Overstat 14th. Mark Dilla 15th. Brian Johnson is still on pit road in 16th. Jonathan Adams has finally put himself out of his own misery and quit this race. And then Zach McBride, Ryan Pittman, Toby Estes, Joshua Garrison, and Kyle St. Jean never started the race. So probably better that they didn't, because we would probably still be on lap 28 if we had all of those cars in this race. So still have not been able to pull anyone under green flag racing. That's because we haven't had any green flag racing, ladies and gentlemen. So it's hard to pull somebody under green flag conditions when there's not any green flag conditions. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Never really have, but we're here. We're here. We're doing what we can. We overcame some technical difficulties early on in some of the heats and some of the consolations. I'll go ahead and be the first one to admit that 12 minutes for each heat and 12 minutes for each consolation is probably gonna need some editing, some finagling, as they say. That is just too long. 12 minutes. You wouldn't think 12 minutes was very long, but damn, try and call a heat race that's 12 minutes long and see how long that takes. Back green flag racing here, lap 40 of 100. We are still not even halfway. But hopefully we can get some green flag racing here. I have hope. Might be naive of me, but we'll see what we can do here. Patrick Overstat, still your race leader. Brandon Proudfoot in second. Camera is just focused on crashes right now, and it is just glued to Elric George, if that tells you anything. So, love you, buddy, but damn. This thing is glued to your bumper. Lap 42 of 100. If we can at least make it to halfway here under green, I will be so happy. Oh, I spoke too soon. John Smeal just wrecked. All right, well, we're going to take a short little break here. I'm going to go yell at some people. I'm going to mute me and the desktop audio because it's getting pretty crazy. All right, be right back. And we're back here. Lap 44 of 100. We are so close to halfway, yet so far away. Let's take a look actually here at the time remaining, because I'm just curious. I told it to go to time. Oh, but it's not going to go to time because it's under caution. So, awesome. Well, I have no idea how much time is actually left in the lobby, so to speak. But I do know we're on lap 45 of 100. Now 46 of 100. Brian Johnson's 16th. He is 16 laps down. Steven Oberstat's in 15th. He's 1 lap down. So we have actually John Smill and Mark Dila still on pit road, so I'm assuming they'll probably go one down or maybe even 2 down. So we'll have 12 cars on the lead lap here, closing in on halfway. Thank goodness I have enough beers to make it through the night. Lights are off on the pace truck. We're going to go green flag racing here again, hopefully for more than a couple laps, but we'll see what happens. Maybe next time I go in there and yell at everyone, I just don't mute myself. And then everyone can hear me and hear everyone. We did talk about Taco Bell sponsoring this race, and I'll tell you what, if you got a free taco for every caution, you wouldn't be able to live the next day. You'd be in rough shape. Oh, and they wrecked again. Well, everybody, grab a beer. Crack one open. I still have one. And I got plenty in the fridge, but I'm gonna need every single one of those bad boys here. We'll go back to the previous crash here. There it is right there. Don't know what happened. Looks like, honestly, it looks like the 61. Let's do far chase here. Yeah, I mean, there you see, I can already see it happening. Yeah, I mean, just, it's hard to say what happened. Maybe a little bit of net code, but man, that's just, I just don't get it. 71 involved, 74 involved, 61 involved. Probably some others involved. Maybe we'll... I did not even know that was a thing. That was cool. So, anyway, lap 50 of 100. So, we are officially halfway now. Well, when they come to the start-finish line, it'll be officially halfway. At this point, you're probably better watching women's college basketball. I don't know. 14 on the lead lap. Joshua Battles in the 71 is 1 lap down in 15th. Brian Johnson back on pit road in 16th. I would say we would take a break, but we've taken a break the whole fucking race. So yeah, Taco Bell would be closed at the end of this race. I was actually going to order some food, and I might still order some food. I'm not going to lie to you. I might do a DoorDash as I broadcast this race because, I mean, what are y'all really going to miss, you know? I'm going to order me a pizza. Can you imagine if Mike Joy and Kevin Harvick just ordered a pizza on DoorDash during their broadcast? But then again, can you imagine if NASCAR had 57 cautions in a race? Me either. So we're coming back to green here. The pace truck has led the most laps tonight, for sure. Oh, absolutely, Austin. I'm literally doing a DoorDash order right now as I watch this race and broadcast it. Green flag flies, lap 54 of 100. Can't... Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, this is... All right, well, back to the DoorDash order here. And again, this is... At the end of the day, this was not... Oh. We got beef. We got beef. I might get a beef pizza. Just to... Oh, yeah. Steven Oberstadt and Jacob Prince are upset with each other. We got beef. All right. Yeah, I got to put beef on my pizza now just because we have beef. I'm getting beef on the pizza. And at this point, this stream has just completely went off the rails. And that's okay, because that's what I do here on Friday night. And now the camera's all screwed up. That means somebody left the race. Oh, Brandon Proudfoot on pit. Patrick Oberstadt on pit road. Dale Markowski on pit road. Steven Oberstadt on pit road. Joshua Battles is 1 lap down. Connor Knowlton is 1 lap down. Jacob Prince has quit. He's out of the race. Brian Johnson, 16 laps down, but still kicking.
All right, Ryan, I decided to give you some company up here since we're not doing a whole lot of racing.
No, we are not. I actually am ordering a pizza right now, and I have put that on the broadcast that I'm ordering pizza.
You want to have one sent to Pennsylvania while you're at it?
No, it's expensive enough to send it here to Michigan. So.
I mean, somehow I ended up with a black flag that I have to serve under green, but I don't know how that's going to work if we don't get another freaking green flag lap in.
Yeah, good luck. Yeah, I mean, we made it half a turn that time, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, I was expecting some growing pains once we put us all on the track. I was not expecting this. Like, this is... I hope we do better on the dirt next week.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, I haven't even been able to pull anybody for an interview because we can't stay green long enough. But now, luckily, everyone, I have pizza on the way, so the day is saved. And hopefully, my pizza might be cold by the time I can go get it from the porch. But we'll see what happens.
You got Kinsey on standby for.
No, she's
retrieval.
She's at a concert, so I have the night to myself. Oh. Yeah, which makes the night even worse that we're not done racing yet.
I'm pitting in. I can serve my penalty finally. John's getting another one.
John Smill serves his penalty just to get another penalty. Oh, Kent and Jeremy just made contact, but they keep going. So this might be the longest green flag run we've had all night, ladies and gents. Oh, never mind. Ah! I spoke too soon. Damn it, boss. I would pull boss in here right now if he wasn't muted. Give him a piece of my mind.
Well, on the bright side, I get to serve my penalty and it's under yellow, so I'm not going to lose as many laps.
Yeah, true. I mean, I don't know why you're worried about losing laps anyway. I mean, it's just going to be 57 more cautions before the end of this thing, so you could literally go 55 laps down.
Well, there went the pace truck, so I'm going to chill out here, get some more repairs.
Might as well. Somebody got the lucky dog. Looks like Connor Knowlton.
He can't seem to catch a break.
Yeah, I think the whole field can't catch a break.
Oh, yeah, there's that too.
Me and Brandon Fetterplace are going to be 55 years old when we start our podcast tonight.
He just brought that up. I'm like, you might as well just go jump in the booth now, and you can do the behind the driver while this is going on in the background.
I actually said that. I'm not going to lie. I said we should just do the podcast because at least everyone watching would have something cool to listen to while a bunch of cars wreck at IRP. It's a win-win. And I put beef on my pizza just because Steven Oberstadt and Jacob Prince have beef. So that's pretty cool too. So y'all influenced my pizza order.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they like wrecked each other, and then after they wrecked each other, they came back and wrecked each other again. It was pretty fun. Probably.
Yeah, I wish we could get some green flag racing like what we had in that first consi. Like that was probably the best racing of the night.
Well, that's because you didn't throw cautions in the consi. I think it would have been rough in those two. Maybe you should just go in there and say, "Hey, cautions are turned off. It's less than 5 to go. Cautions are turned off."
Or we're gonna put the time limit on it, and it's gonna be like cap 45 minutes.
Yeah, I tried to swap it over to time on my ticker, but it wouldn't work. So I have no idea how much time y'all have left. But I mean,
it's allotting 47 minutes, but we're actually the 100 laps is what we're doing. But
I got you. So
we as some admins of this series with Brandon, Josh, and I have some conversing that we are going to be doing before next week's race.
Mm-hmm.
Try and sort out some of our
problems.
Yeah. I mean, it's a new series. You're gonna expect, some bumps. We didn't get the setup out as early as we were hoping to, for people to be able to practice with it. So.
Yeah, but a lot of these wrecks have nothing to do with the setups. It's just people driving like dumbasses, honestly. But we'll try it again as we come back to the green flag. Coming to lap 67 of 100. We are almost 30 to go here. Caden Tufts is your race leader. Jeremy Briault, second place. Brandon Fetterplace got a really good jump there. He's in second place right now. Joshua Gaiman being shown in, looks like, sixth right now. Hopefully we can keep it green for a few laps here at IRP.
Oh, we got one. That's
the
first step to a few.
Hey, if y'all get a 5-lap run, I will be so proud.
Watch, now we'll get the green flag run when I'm 3 laps down.
It always works that way. Every time. Brandon Fetterplace up to second.
Oh, I just almost killed Connor.
We still got the camera focused on crashes because we know that's what we're going to see here. Joshua Gaiman gets a good run. Almost makes a pass on Matthew Kent, but finally somebody uses some common sense and doesn't drive through somebody. Lap 70 of 100. Closing in on about 30 to go.
Boss is out here trying to wreck by himself.
He's already done that a couple times tonight. Steven Oberstat's had a couple victims as well. We'll see if he can get the 80 of Mark Dilla.
I mean, I can't say anything. I stuck my nose in a place that it shouldn't have been, in the middle of 3 wide.
Yeah, it was 3 wide for sure. Definitely not clear.
Once these things start ping-ponging, it's kind of a lost. You have no arrow to fall back on to correct the car.
Yeah. You were also missing the rear wing at one point when you did a barrel roll and then landed it. That was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, when Adams and I decided to take each other out from the front row.
Yeah, that was fun to watch. Not gonna lie.
That was not fun from an in-car standpoint. I can
Yeah.
assure you that.
Probably not. I can imagine. Well, this might be, knock on wood, the longest green flag run we've had all night.
Well, the admins and I did have a conversation with them in chat before I hopped up here, so we'll see if maybe we got some common sense drilled in, or at least some.
Yeah, I had a conversation with them too, and they didn't seem to listen to me, so maybe they listen to y'all better than they listen to me.
Oh, okay. Connor almost cleared himself across my nose.
Sounds about right. 26 laps to go here at IRP.
Oh!
And Connor is wrecked.
Oh, he saved it!
And the caution comes out again. Well, what a run we had. We almost made it, but then we didn't.
Him and I hit doors. I don't know if it was a meet in the middle kind of situation or where the fault lies, but regardless, here we are.
Well, we'll just take a look here. Let's go to a little bit of far chase action. 24. Oh, yeah, the 24 just goes up. Hits you.
Good to know that it wasn't my fault.
Yeah, no, it definitely didn't look like your fault. Click the 24 was just down low. You got a good run on the outside. He gets loose. And yeah, I have no idea what he was doing, but hey, whatever. Under caution again. 24 to go.
That should put Boss back on the lead lap.
Yep. 12 cars on the lead lap. Joshua Battles 2 down. You're 3 down. Brian Johnson still on pit road. Poor fella. Jacob Prince is out. Jonathan Adams is out. And then McBride, Toby, Garrison, Pittman, and St. Jean all did not start the race tonight.
Maybe next time we'll just cut the broadcast off at the consies.
Yeah. Or we'll just broadcast the last 10 laps. Or maybe just the first 10 laps, so then I can not have to be here till 2 a.m. It might not. It might be done by 1 a.m. I'm being a little dramatic.
Well, at absolute worst case scenario, we'll be done shortly after 11.
Mm-hmm. Well, time to crack open another beer.
But if it takes us 40 minutes to go, what, 18 laps?
22.
22?
Yeah. That's what it's saying as far as SKD, SDK, or whatever the hell I use.
I wasn't sure how far off mine was with being laps down.
Yep, we're sitting at 22 laps remaining. We got 12 on the lead lap, so we'll see what happens here.
See if Battles on my inside can end up part of the next one. I might be able to get one more lap back, and then we can race it out for the next one.
There you go.
Honestly, I just hope it goes green.
Yeah, I'm going to say no. We're closing in on 2 hours on the broadcast here. But we're going green flag once again here. ARCS Race experience from IRP. We come into 20 laps to go. Caden Tufts, your race leader. Brandon Fetterplace in second. Brandon Proudfoot in third as we go green with 20 to go here at IRP. Let's see who is going to be involved in the next wreck. Oh, they're trying. They're trying to wreck. Keep it green so far. 19 laps remaining here. Oh, a bunch of cars bounce off the wall.
I had too close of a view on that one. That golf ball car is taking about as much of a beating as...
Yeah, he's had a rough night. He's had a rough night for sure. 18 to go, coming to 17 to go. Caden Tuff, still your race leader. Brandon Fetterplace in second. Brendan Proudfoot in third. Patrick Oberstadt makes a move on the outside to pass Connor Knowlton.
Almost lost the talent there.
Caution.
Where's the caution for?
I don't know. It didn't even... It did not even change my camera.
I'm thinking we're about to have some disconnects. There are about 4 cars that just disappeared from in front of me.
Yeah, we'll see if we can't go back to the previous crash. Oh, it was Boss.
Oh.
Yep. Yep, 40 car lost it and then comes right back up in front of, I believe that is the poor 27. Maybe not. I don't think it was, actually.
I say it hasn't switched to me being lucky dog. So
That was... Who is this car?
we just lost Johnson. We just lost Pat Oberstadt due to upload packet loss.
Oh, yep. It was the 27. And then he had disconnect issues right as soon as he hit boss. So, yep. Fetter Place is out.
Dila's out. Dale's out.
Oberstadt's out.
Yep, Fetter Place is out. I might get a top 10 out of this.
Yeah.
At this rate. I don't know who's still going to be in it.
Yeah, I think there's only 8 cars on the lead lap right now.
Oh, Pat's back. It'll be a couple down, but... Dale's back.
I guess the servers just
That would be my assumption.
had a
Something happened.
stroke or something.
Take it means a couple more positions for me.
Yeah, true.
Johnson's back.
My pizza is about to be picked up. It'll be here soon, so I'll be able to eat some pizza while I talk to Brandon Fetter Place if he hasn't already went to bed.
Well, he just reconnected, so...
Okay.
He's not in bed yet.
Hey, you're saying there's a chance.
We finally make it to the 10 to go. It'll be sponsored by ARCS Behind the Driver.
Yeah, it pretty much has been all night, to be honest. But thank God caution laps count. Otherwise, we'd still be on lap 15.
Oh, yeah. Somebody asked me that at the beginning. I'm like, it is absolutely counting. I would rather not make this a 24 hours of SRX.
12 laps to go. They'll be coming to green here with 11 laps remaining.
Boss is missing the rear bumper.
Yeah, you don't need it.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say bumper. That rear plate, whatever it is that
Yeah.
protects the fuel cell.
Right now, only 8 cars on the lead lap. Joshua Battles in 9th, 1 down. Green flag flies here once again. 11 laps to go here at the ARX experience, or ARX Race experience at IRP.
Oh, we're in the wall.
Jeremy in the wall hard.
Oh, wrecking right in front of me.
Oh, yep.
Oh,
That's Kent. That's
I got killed.
That's everybody. That's the rest of the field. And Kent is not happy with Connor Knowlton. He is showing displeasure with that number 24 machine. I don't even know if I have time to bring up the fucking camera thing because y'all are going to probably crash before I get back to it. But here we go. Let's see what happened here.
If you want a good look at my my in-car here.
Looks like it was, oh yeah, the 24 just turned down in front of Matthew Kent. Just no spatial awareness from that kid. Like, I don't know. I just don't get it. Let's do a little slow-mo here for everybody watching. You see Matthew Kent holding his line, and the 24 just comes down. Jeremy was loose in front of the 24, but that was after he came down, and then poor Steven Oberstadt involved. Smil did a good job of kind of avoiding that wreck.
And then I got plowed into.
Yeah, boss, arc a brake. weekly.
else?
Patrick Oberstadt was involved. But, yeah, I can understand why Kent's not thrilled.
I don't think any of us are thrilled at this point.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I ordered
On the bright
pizza
side,
in the middle of a broadcast, so that's never a good thing.
bright side, I only had 30 seconds required, so we'll get this heaping pile of junk back out on the track and see if we can't survive a little longer.
Yeah, on the bright side, there's only 8 laps left. And my pizza is... My dasher is waiting for my order. Hell yeah. Pizza on the way. Oh, there's somebody wrecked. Under caution.
Was it by chance the 31 and the 24?
No. That looked like a John Deere paint scheme.
That would be Dila.
Oh, yeah. So, I don't know what happened there, but...
All right, at least now I have Pat and Dale to race against for the next lucky dog. Oh, somebody just asked if they were green-white checkers. Unfortunately, yes. And unfortunately, it's whatever the maximum is.
So unlimited.
Is it actually unlimited, or is it just 15?
It's unlimited if you set it to 15.
Okay, that is definitely going to be a...
Yeah, I would probably change that to 3 next week.
We might do 1.
Yeah.
we get 1 shot at this.
Yeah, that makes sense too.
We'll see. I'll have to fill you in before the next broadcast on the... Oh wait, you won't be here for the next 2, will you?
I will not. I'll be in Florida.
No, I'm sure you won't miss much.
Yeah. Hopefully Tommy Reynolds and Jack Mulkey can help. I don't know. They might quit halfway through.
They'd find a way to entertain themselves at least.
Oh, I've had a great time. It's been a shit race, but I've had a lot of fun. Going back green with 5 to go. 5 to go here in the feature. Green flag flies. Caden Tufts is your race leader. He's going to go up in front of Brandon Proudfoot. Secure that outside line. Joshua Gaiman in 3rd. See if we can't get the white flag naturally here without a caution, but I don't know. We'll see. 4 to go here at the line.
Just trying to limp my car home at this point.
Oh, Proudfoot making a move on Caden Tufts there for the lead.
Didn't they have a duking it out at one of the heat races?
Yeah, they did. And they are still duking it out. Joshua Gaiman in 3rd. Jeremy. Oh, they make contact. Oh, I'm sure Caden's probably not too happy with that.
Not being used up a second time in one night.
Yeah, he's going to go low here under Brandon Proudfoot. Gaiman and Jeremy also in the picture. Oh, Caden gets loose. About lost it.
I almost killed the 27. Oh, that was 71. Never mind.
Brandon Proudfoot now checking out and coming to the white flag. So now...
White flag, sponsored by Smell Racing.
Yeah. It's sponsored by, thank God this race is over. Brandon Proudfoot definitely going to probably win this thing now at this point. Caden Tufts, we'll go back to the 2nd place battle. Caden Tufts, Jeremy Briault, Joshua Gaiman battling for 2nd. Jeremy is going to make a little contact with Caden. He's going to go right under. Oh, they make contact. Oh, side by side to the line.
Oh, I got Dila. I wrecked Dila.
I think Jeremy... No, Jeremy did not get it. So Caden Tufts gets 2nd place by 1/100th of a second. So Brandon Proudfoot is your race winner. Caden Tufts finishes 2nd. Jeremy Briault 3rd. Joshua Gaiman 4th. Matthew Kent 5th. Connor Knowlton 6th. Elric George 7th. Joshua Battles 8th. Stephen Oberstadt 9th. And Patrick Oberstadt finishes 10th, 3 laps down. So if that tells you anything about how this race has went, but Brandon Proudfoot doing some burnouts, and we'll have some interviews here momentarily. Y'all stick around. We'll have the top 3 here for an interview in just a moment. Back here with our top 3 interviews. Jeremy Briault is like 60 years old, so he had to go to bed because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. So we'll start with our second place finisher, Caden Tufts. Tell us about your race, buddy. I know it was a long one. It was kind of rough, but tell us about how you got that thing home in P2.
It started off in the heat race with Brandon again. Good battle. He came out on top, so congrats to him in the heat win and the feature win. Same battle pretty much at the end of the race, just kind of swapped positions. I was on the outside and he was on the inside, and I just had the right front burned down. I didn't pit for tires or fuel the whole entire race, so I was just trying to save as much as I could. I think Brandon pitted there, so he had a tire advantage, I guess you can say. But yeah, we ended up with P2, so I'll take it.
Absolutely, yeah. Definitely a lot of cautions, so it was just kind of stay out front, and you were in a good spot. But hopefully we'll see you again next week, and maybe we'll talk to you after the race, and good luck to you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
No problem. All right, Mr. Brandon Proudfoot, race winner. My stream's still working, but I don't have a picture of the track anymore. But anyway, tell us about your race. It was pretty shitty overall, at least from a broadcast stand of things. I mean, I ordered a pizza during the race, so that was cool. But tell us about your race. You definitely were fast. We saw that all night long. How'd you get that thing in victory lane?
2 tires. They were around lap 50. I just decided to pull it in at some point and take 2 and de-wedge the car a little bit and just try and wait out the storm and slowly creep my way to the front, and then had a repeat battle with Caden, except he was on the other foot.
Absolutely. Well, good race overall for you. I guess overall maybe not a good race, but I think maybe you and Gaiman and Smeal have a maybe y'all can watch the podcast while y'all talk about what we can do next week. And next week hopefully it'll be a little bit better. I think everybody was just driving over their asses tonight. It just didn't look like anybody had any spatial awareness, or I mean, I don't know. It just, being a driver and broadcasting, I have a little bit of an understanding of what's going on, and it just looked like people were just driving over their heads. So is that what you kind of saw out there, or what could you kind of say for why there were so many cautions?
A mixture of that and the fact that it's a new car, so people that are experienced in asphalt are usually akin to, you kind of have a sixth sense of where your nose is and how the car reacts, and I think a majority of people can agree that this car drives a lot different than anything we've had on the service. It four-wheel slide a little bit more easier compared to cars like your SK Modified or your super late model that you race on tracks like here at IRP. So that definitely plays a part. Just lack of experience on everybody because, again, new car, and a little bit of just first race shenanigans of everybody getting used to everybody that's racing it, and then ultimately some complacency with certain people. That'll all heal up over time. Next week, we do shift to dirt for a secondary deal, as we do in the SRX series. We'll be heading to I-55. It'll be only 50 laps, so instead of an hour and a half, we'll probably be looking at 45 minutes if we do nothing but cautions. But it is a lot different racing dirt with this thing because it is the smallest steering radius of all cars on the dirt availability. So you can't be pitching it sideways like a wingless car, so everybody was able to be a little bit more carefree in the sense of making mistakes and whatnot, but next week it's going to be a lot more sketchy, and people that were complacent are going to be very, very obvious, and you'll be able to tell the ones that are definitely trying to take care of it, because it is very easy to spin out, and ultimately you're going to have to watch yourself whenever you're going to the dirt track, especially once we get to the more high-paced ones later down.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, appreciate you, buddy, and hopefully we'll talk to you next week. I'm sure you'll be competitive on dirt, too.
Oh, we'll see, buddy.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Yeah, not a great race, but we'll hopefully get things straightened out, and it'll be a little bit better. Y'all make sure you stay tuned. We got ARCS Behind the Driver with Mr. Brandon Fetterplace, if he hasn't already went to bed. I know he's an old man like me, so we'll try and get that thing started here in the next 10 to 15 minutes. But thank you all for tuning in. Overall, decent race, but definitely some room for improvement. Everybody's got to learn these cars, got to do a little bit more practice with them. So thank you all for tuning in. We will see y'all next week. I will not be broadcasting for the next 2 weeks. I'm going down to Florida for vacation, so I will not be calling the races, but hopefully they'll find somebody to fill in for me for the next 2 weeks. But like I said, make sure you stick around for ARCS Behind the Driver with Brandon Fetterplace. We'll start that thing up here in probably 10 minutes, right around 11. So thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. And until we see y'all again, make sure you stay on that loud pedal.